Alright, we're gonna get into this discussion right now. So basically, we have to give some kind of context, I guess, because it feels like everyone already knows, but people are gonna listen to this online.
Not everybody's caught up.
They're gonna listen to it in a year's time, and we've got to remind them. So there's a documentary,
Surviving R. Kelly.
Have you watched all of it?
I'm up to episode 5. I need to continue with the rest because I started a bit later.
Okay, cool. So
I've seen
enough.
Yeah,
that's
that's
most. Well, there's 6 episodes. So you started 5, or you haven't started 5, so you've done the first 4.
I need to start 5. So I've got to watch 5.
Oh gosh, yeah, that's emotional. See, it gets more emotional. 5 and 6 got me, because 5 and 6 are about what's happening now.
Yeah.
So it's like first 2 are like about Aaliyah and back in the day cases. Then 3 and 4 are kind of about this court case, which we all kind of knew about.
Sex tape and all of that. Yeah.
And then 5 and 6 are kind of cases that were going on. What killed me with this is just like, I don't know, people are like, you're jumping on the bandwagon. I've been talking about it a lot.
Yeah, everyone's been talking about it
Everyone's been talking about it a lot. But my thing is, I have to look at myself and say, I didn't. So I asked the question today, are people going to stop? Will you still play his music, his music?
Yeah.
But and people were like, no, a lot of people jumped in like, no, I wouldn't. But I have to say to myself, like, when those stories came out before, I kind of brushed them off.
Yeah.
Being young, ignorant man at the time and the age I was, I was kind of like, whatever. Like, there's a tape of him with a young girl. You might not have known she was young. Like, that's all I'm saying in my head. So you justify it. And then the Aaliyah thing was kind of like, but to me, then that was like an urban myth. I only heard about that after the tape.
Yeah.
So I'm like, this tape's out and they're saying this, but I'm like, is that true? But when I was in the documentary, it highlighted how that was completely true and a big news story at the time. I was just before my time to see those news stories. So I was shocked. I was like, what, everyone knew that? Wait a minute.
Where was that? It is. I think it's shocking. I think the Aaliyah thing, I remember back in the day, obviously the marriage thing did come out back then.
Yeah.
I knew about it. But looking back, I did think it was kind of weird because I did think like, he is like, the relationship that they've had, and I could see the sadness in Aaliyah's face, and they even brought that up in the documentary and like looked at all her images and stuff. But I think a lot of it was brushed off because it wasn't such a big topic as it is now, like sex tapes, underage.
I think that was a bit more accepted as well at that time.
Back then. Well, this is why you had all your Jimmy Saviles and all these other people that were getting away with it.
But I mean, like, I mean, like maybe like an older guy going out with a girl who's just underage, like 15.
Well, yeah, because even in the documentary, when he was asked the question, like, do you like teenage girls? And he's asking, well, what age are we talking? He's like, what do you mean? Like, just say no. Like, but he's trying to, like, define, what age are we actually talking about?
Yeah.
Because there's a difference between a 19-year-old, and a 13 or 14-year-old.
Yeah, exactly,
there's a big difference. But still.
I think, I wrote online the other day, I was like, this thing disturbed my spirit. My whole weekend, I was in a messed up mood. Like, I watched the first 4, and then I was up talking to people about it online till about 2, 3 in the morning. And then 5 and 6 came out at like 3 in the morning while I was still up talking about it. So I was like, okay, I guess I'm watching these now. So I was still up at 6 in the morning.
Up all day, and all night.
I was like, oh no. I guess we get to some comments.
Yeah.
So on the Instagram, the first comment is from Lexi Lopez. She said, nope, I stopped from the moment I heard the Aaliyah and seeing thing back in the day. I don't know if that's a typo and she meant peeing thing or seeing what she saw. Maybe. But either way, when she saw all of this back in the day, she stopped. I have to admit that I didn't, because, and I remember thinking at the time, like, R. Kelly survived with all them accusations by just dropping fire music. Like at that time, he dropped bangers. Like he had the resurgence in his career after that court case where he was like the biggest R&B star in the world, and I'm in the club all the time, and them songs would come on. I wasn't thinking about it. So I have to hold my hand up to that and say, nah.
I think a lot were naive. Like we were just enjoying his music. We weren't thinking of it on that level. But obviously now everybody is it's all come to light, so everybody is looking at it like that. And when you look at his lyrics and the types of tunes he was releasing, like I said to you earlier, like it's like he was telling everyone what was going on.
Oh yeah, for sure. So it's in the song, and then the songs he wrote, Agent Nothing for Number, he wrote for Aaliyah.
So and the lyrical content, you're just like,
so like, how can we listen to them songs?
I know, but I don't.
I'm saying now though, knowing all of this in context,
we can't.
How can you listen to it and not feel sick? Is my thing.
You feel sick because you know the backstory now. You know what was being
that's crazy.
done. So yeah, it's disgusting. Quite a few people. Okay, so Tantrum Artist has replied with, "Be sure to cover Drake, Usher, Birdman, and all the other molesting paedophiles in the industry. If we're going to mute one, let's mute them all." Valid point.
I think I got into a bit of a dispute with her. We won't go into the whole thread.
We're not gonna go
but I do think it's a valid point. But I also don't think those other people have the same type of accusations against them. So it's I was kind of I was in two mind spaces with her, because I was kind of like, well, I kind of agree, because it's like I was in denial of the R. Kelly thing back then, and maybe 20 years ago when the indications were a bit smaller, we should have gone, wait a minute, stop. But actually, they weren't that small even back then with R. Kelly.
No.
So I don't know. I'm the thing with Drake this week that came out of him on stage. I don't know if you saw that. So there's a video come out of Drake 10 years ago. Yeah. He's on stage. He brings a girl on stage from the audience. He's singing to her. He kisses her. He touches her. What? And then he asks her age, and she says she's 17. And I don't know. You see, the age thing in America is different. Like sometimes it's 18, sometimes it's 17. Like, so we don't know. But then he stops and he goes, "Oh my God, like you're 17. I ain't trying to go to." He goes, "I ain't trying to go to jail tonight." And then he kisses her again. So I'm like, it is peak. It is peak, but at the same time, he was in his early 20s at the time. It's not like, I can't compare it. I'm not saying it's right, I just can't compare it. But he's on the watch list, 100%.
Well, I'm not surprised, probably a lot of them, but did you see what R. Kelly tweeted?
Nah, he's tweeted.
He tweeted, I saw a tweet.
I've seen he's responded slightly, yeah.
And he basically said, you need to lock Usher up too, because he was messing with the same girls.
R. Kelly tweeted that?
That's what I've seen.
Way.
That's what I've seen.
We're gonna have to confirm that.
I need to search it again and make sure that it was actually him that tweeted it.
Shout out to Mr. Nom he said, "Nah, bro, defo not," in reference to whether he would play R. Kelly. Who else have we got here? Conquest of Leisure has said, "Yes, I'ma still play the music I played before his Truth came out. Stop buying other products too then. His just came out. We don't know what a lot of people do behind closed doors, yet we have to buy it. So yes, I will be religious love for you, babe."
No, we don't have to buy it. And that's got nothing to do with stop buying other products. Like, we've just learnt the truth, and
it's in our face.
The victims have come out and spoke on what's happened to them. So you can't dismiss that and be like, I get
the point though. Like, I wear Nike trainers, and I know some kids somewhere was being
but if
manipulated.
That's the case, we're not gonna wear anything.
Yeah, we're not gonna wear anything. But it's kind of just like it's in it's in your face. You can see in the victim.
And you
they've
have
spoken.
to treat each thing in its own case, and it's
well, maybe we should get to those things as well.
Yeah, we should.
In time.
We will. Don't worry.
Alright, maybe one or two more, and then we'll get back to the music.
Shout out to Jurassic. So he basically just put, "I can't bring myself to. It's long. It's over. Never again."
There you
that
go,
was just
man.
Short and to the point. I think a lot of people feel like that though. You're gonna get both sides.
Yeah, it is what it is, man. Alright, we'll get into some more comments and some more discussion further on. We usually go into some news stories of what's going on,
but
it seems like R. Kelly is the only news in the urban hip hop hemisphere
that kind of warrants us
talking
about.
Now.
So we're gonna keep with the R. Kelly news.
So okay, the first thing I saw, I don't have the stories in front of me, but yesterday I saw there was 2 news stories about judges or like whoever deals with this stuff saying that they were investigating and looking to pursue charges now because of the documentary, and like encouraging victims to come forward and witnesses, etc. One in Chicago and one in, I believe, Atlanta. So in Atlanta, Georgia, there's a separate, because one of the girls is from there. So I think that's the can't remember what was her was it Jocelyn Savage? That the girl, I don't know if she was one of the ones that's still there, and it's the parents that are involved in that investigation. I'm not sure, but there's investigations going on.
There is a lot of investigations going on.
And then we found a story saying he was gonna run away. Apparently, there's a story he may run
with his victims.
With the victims. Yeah.
Okay. Let's go on holiday, peeps.
There's a story he may try and run. There's been so many things that have come out in the fallout of it. So John Legend had, because he was in the documentary, he was praised quite a lot for being in the documentary. And then there was a picture of him and Harvey Weinstein that came out, and everyone's like, "Oh, but you're here with Harvey Weinstein," kind of thing, like trying to make him catch heat.
Yeah.
And he was like not apologizing. He was like, "Yeah, I did a film with him like long before anyone knew about his accusations." So that doesn't really mean anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm not working with him either. His career's over. Like, his empire has fallen and he's catching charges, because that sounds like something that should probably happen to R. Kelly.
Definitely.
And that's what the whole Weinstein and all these other things. There's a big discussion about Harvey Weinstein, Kevin Spacey, these other like, Hollywood white dudes that have got all these charges, and then people trying to imply that we're not talking about them. But my thing is, we are talking about them, or the mainstream media is, more than they're talking about R. Kelly. Like, they're talking about them loads. They're like, where's the Weinstein documentary? The Weinstein documentary is coming out at Sundance Festival, one of the biggest film festivals in the world.
Wow.
And the R. Kelly documentary is on some C-list. It's kind of low budget, to be honest.
Very low budget.
You know what I'm saying?
So it's on how many links to actually watch it?
Yeah, well, that's because we're watching it illegally. But anyway.
Well.
But I just mean, it's not like high. They filmed these interviews with the green screen. The background's not really very well done. It's not like this is like a high budget documentary or nothing.
Amateur,
yeah, it's done. You know, it's done well enough, but
it's highlighted what needed to be highlighted.
Yeah, it's highlighted what needs to be highlighted. But I'm like, them other guys are catching more. Like, they're catching charges. That's the news story this week, that Kevin Spacey, one of his cases is happening. I should probably look it up and know the information more. Harvey Weinstein tried to get one of his case dismissed, and the judge refused and said it's going to go on. So that's happening. Oh yeah, Kevin Spacey's story was that he put in a not guilty plea. So it's begun. They said he didn't have to actually say the plea out loud in that state. If you don't say anything, then they do the plea for you. So he apparently just sat in court, didn't say anything.
Yeah.
And then they said, you know, when they read out his bail conditions, that he's not to contact the victim, he kind of gave a half nod, they said. So that's going on.
Well, apparently Kevin Spacey's brother says that he's become their dad who molested them.
What's that?
Kevin Spacey's brother says that Kevin has basically become their dad who molested them.
Oh, he's turned into their dad. Okay, wow. So it's another one of those stories, because the same with R. Kelly, because he talks about in the documentary that he was molested. I looked into it a bit more, and it turns out it was the older sister that was molesting them.
It's just some sickening.
It is very sickening.
Behavior going on there, but there's obviously always the root cause and underlying problem as to why people do what they do. But it's doesn't mean you need to go out there and do that. And
doesn't mean we can dismiss it. Doesn't mean we can't stop it. No. Right now. Like, we got to stop this. That's my biggest thing is this with R. Kelly. Is this still happening?
Yeah.
I can't even give too much spoilers like from the next two episodes.
It's fine. I gotta watch it tonight.
It's a lot. This is the depressing show. So I want to play a new record by an artist called Big Zeeks, featuring Stylo G, called Happy. We're talking about R. Kelly. Will you still play his music, etc.?
Yeah, just I posted it up on my Facebook earlier. Just give the people who bothered to comment a little shout out. So TJ put hell no, never did play his music, always made my skin crawl, which I think a lot of people feel that way now. Yeah, knowing what he's done. Shivy Thompson, she just put hell no, and that was that. Rhea Patterson Simpson. She put, I just saw a clip of the brothers saying their 16-year-old sister abused them when they were younger.
Yeah, I watched that interview
Loads
too.
of throwing up faces.
Yeah.
So she's clearly not impressed. That's all she can clearly remember right now. So shout out to Rhea. And shout out to Christy Prince, who's just basically put, it's a no from me. And then she put a gif of Homer Simpson falling into a bush.
Okay. Oh yeah. Oh, the one where you pulled
that one.
The like, I'm getting out of here.
So yeah.
I've got a few more as well. DJ Tommy Sparks said, didn't before, definitely won't now. Amy True has said, in capitals, what I can't read out, F no, with a fire emoji. So bun fire upon R. Kelly, I'll read that out as. Shout out to Love Lee, who said, like, this is an essay. You know I can't stand R. I'm not going to read it, I'm just trying to say a bit at the beginning. I've never liked him since the story broke in the 90s about Aaliyah. Who was the same age as me, made me feel quite sick. I guess she's going to go into some other long story after that, but I can't go into it, so shout out to her. Sophie Acha said, nope, it's brown sugar. I can't go, like, she's coming at me. Like, just shout out to It's Brown Sugar. She said, yes, not gonna lie, you know why? And that's in reference to still playing his music. She's saying she will. Saying, why should a documentary make me change my views when we all knew he was a sex offender from day and still played his music? Why change now? Keep that same energy. To which I explained to her that I didn't take it seriously at the time because I was a young, ignorant boy.
Yeah, it wasn't as, these sort of topics weren't as kind of in the limelight like they are now. They're like every week we're hearing of the sex offender.
Yeah,
you see what I mean?
And we're paying attention to it. And cool. And it's all good. I've got this, another thing. I've had enough. People shouting hypocrite. Like, what does shouting hypocrite achieve other than to shut down the discussion you're having now that's important? Exactly. People call me a hypocrite all the time. Like, you're a hypocrite because of this. You're a hypocrite. But so? I'm call myself a hypocrite.
People are
and you can learn and you can change.
I'm sure everyone's been a hypocrite at some point in their life.
Definitely.
That doesn't excuse what R. Kelly's done. To be honest, yeah, he had some big hits. We all know this.
Yep.
I haven't really played his music for quite a long time, to be honest, if I'm being honest. And I won't be playing it again.
Yeah, I haven't personally, but it comes on like, now I'm going to feel sick when it comes on.
It's disgusting. It's...
Black Chronicle has, see, the thing is, I didn't even read all of this comment before, and I'm going to only read the start of it now because I had to respond to him after the first line. He said, that question is the same as asking whether we should stop eating meat to take away from animal suffering. I said, stop. What? I said, stop. I said, yo, you're comparing women, human women being abused with meat. Animals being killed for us to eat. Get out of here. Do you know what I'm saying? Just get the hell out of here. Waste man of the week. But I know my man, he's cool like,
yeah, but you can't say things like that. That's completely different.
Ellie Odabar has said no and haven't in a long time. Hattie 2 Scatty said, listen. Is that like what R. Kelly lyric or something?
Listen. Well, we're still listening.
Drastic comment you read out before. Keep it jelly. This is a bit of a long comment, but I'm going to read it. Said, absolutely not. I've honestly been so disturbed by the documentary. These beautiful black girls being brainwashed, manipulated and abused. This isn't just an issue of a paedophile abuser. It's the fact that if these were Caucasian girls, there would have been justice already. Society doesn't see black girls as fully innocent, and it was proved by that effing moron juror that said he disregarded every testimony by the victims because they didn't like the way they dressed and it was their fault. Screw R. Kelly and everyone who assisted him for all these years.
Yeah, well, I liked her comment.
Yeah,
it's true.
That's why I thought that was worth reading out.
Yeah, because it's true. Everybody that's made excuses for him, everybody that's helped him, assisted him, like, you're all, like, you know, liable for contribution, and you should be, and you should pay the price.
2 more. Oh, did I get this? Okay, Mick Swagger, never have, never will, brother. And Mr. Cribber said, no, I will never listen to his music and will create a problem to anyone who does.
Well, that's you all gone. so yo, don't be banging up no R. Kelly too.
Yo, yeah, I know that guy as well. He's not joking. So if we're in the club and all of that, it might be peak.